shop and we went and they bought motorcycles. I wasn't going to buy a bike. Rick only was going to buy the bike. But after he looked at me with that look like, well, you weenie, why don't you buy a bike? I'm going to ride by myself, and so I broke down and bought a motorcycle. And we were, of course, amazingly macho immediately. It didn't take long. We were a gang. It's a weird thing to see. Looking down the road, Rick bought a bike that, it's a great bike. Rick's a big guy, and, did you ever see Laughing when that little guy rides a tricycle? Great big hulk of a guy going down the road. I thought, boy, this is it. We're in a gang now. So, we went up on the parkway, and it was freezing. No windshields yet. We hadn't yet gotten wised up to what was supposed to be. It's freezing. And we're just, this is great, yeah! You have not bought anywhere enough gear yet to keep yourself from dying on a motorcycle. It's 15 degrees colder on the parkway, and it's 20 degrees colder on a bike. And so, we make it all the way to a place called Little Switzerland, which is probably 45 miles away from where we are. And we pull our bikes right up to this little, little stone thing where you can park your bike right up against it. Got off the bikes and walked in and had a little sandwich or something, came back out, warmed up, and looked at our bikes, and they were pointed downhill with the front end down against the stone thing. All of a sudden we go, ooh, we're never going to get out of here. A bike doesn't have reverse, and you have to yank it back, or you have to pull it backwards, and this is way too heavy. You can't do that. So we're looking at each other, we're never going to leave this place. We're stuck against this stone down here and can't move. So I had to push him backwards, he had to push me backwards, and we had to help each other get out of there. So we got out of there, and immediately, after that was really cool, we got back into Wilkesboro at a stoplight together. And it was, Rick decided he wanted to put his gloves on finally, and we're at a stoplight side by side, both motorcycles running. He puts his kickstand down, and he's going to get off his bike and reach in and get his saddlebag and get his gloves out of there. And I'm sitting right next to him, I'm like, oh, there you go. And his kickstand has a spring on it. As soon as he put it down, it came right back up. And he starts swinging one leg off. By the time he gets about here, his bike is going down. And so I geniusly reached out and grabbed the handlebars. I'm going to save his bike. I'm sitting like an idiot. I'm trying to hold up two motorcycles now with one hand. And I go, whoa, whoa! And we turned into a deck of cards. It was brilliant. And then we both remembered this one thing that the guy who sold us the bikes said. We asked him, if something happened, you might drop your bike. Is there anything you've got to do to pick up a big heavy bike like this? How do you get it back up and stuff? He looked at it and said, don't worry, if you drop it in the road, you'll get it back up. And I thought, what does he mean? Of course, Rick and I are scrambling at a red light with cars behind us, trying to pick up a heap of motorcycles laying in the road. It was a brilliant moment.